What's up, people? In the car today on my kids' Saturday morning run for all their classes and bits and bobs. So, quick breakdown on this AJ Helenius card. Obviously we've got AJ versus Helenius because Dillian White's pulled out of the fight due to a flagged PAD test. And you know, Dillian's been winding me up this week with these fake stories about Eddie Hearn spiked his bloody whatever. Like, listen, just stop it. Stop it. I think, you know, these stories pick up with the casual fans who like a little bit of, ooh, it's a story. For us real boxing fans, like, come on now, this is bullshit. Yeah? The more you talk, the more it sounds like you cheated. And for me personally, I've already made my decision because I'm not a dummy. I mean, three flag tests and just things that I know. I'm just like, yeah. Know what I mean? Yeah. Shut your mouth about Eddie Hearn spiked his. This is bullshit. Yeah. Keep your mouth shut. Go through your case. If you get off, you get off. If you don't, you don't. No, I'm trying to say, but let's not spin stories about other people just to save your ass. You look like a fool. All right, then let's go to the fight. People are asking me, can Helenius win this fight? And the obvious answer is yes, he can win this fight. It's a heavyweight fight. Heavyweights are known for one thing: the power. Yeah, at 6'6", 6'7", and 250 pounds, he is a handful. Yeah, I don't care. Oh, he's not really elite. He's not really top 10. He's a world class fighter. He's top 15 in the world. He's in fight shape. He's just coming off a fight over the weekend where he won by knockout in the 3rd round. So yes, there is an opportunity for him. Is the opportunity slim? Of course it's slim. We're talking about Anthony Joshua here. We're talking about a unified champion that's fought much better caliber of fighters than Helenius. And Helenius, as we know, have blown hot and cold. There was a time when Helenius literally dropped off the market. I didn't know he was still fighting until he came back a few years ago. So it is a fight for AJ to win. And like I predict, it will be within 3 rounds. But if Helenius was to win, how would he win? And the simple answer is make it a fight. People saying AJ's been gun shy. You know, there's a lot of talk about, obviously, the confidence within AJ. Expose that. Go out in the center of the ring. Don't go backwards and force the fight. Punch when AJ's punching. AJ is a typical boxer puncher, which means he's going to start with his jab. If he can, slip to the left, get inside the jab, use the right hand. You know, that will be the nice opener to start landing shots. The problem with Helenius landing shots is that if AJ is not scared, AJ is a much better combination puncher and a better finisher, which means if Helenius doesn't land with something significant to push the fight, the more he throws and makes it aggressive, he leaves himself open to AJ's quicker, smoother combination punching. If AJ still got it. But that's how Helenius wins the fight. So he needs to put the pressure on. Do not go backwards. Don't try to outbox AJ. It's not going to happen. Don't try to go 12 rounds. He needs to put doubt in AJ's mind from round 1, push the fight and make it aggressive and make it difficult for AJ to build confidence. That's where it goes. You always hear in sports that it's 90% mental, 10% physical. And I'm a strong believer of that. If you believe you're great, you'll show greatness. This is why sometimes you hear fighters talk absolute rubbish, like, oh, I'll fight this guy, I'll go up and wait and fight that guy. And that's because they got the belief that they could do anything because they're great. And having that belief in yourself is a strong part. You can have the speed of Ali, the power of Mike Tyson, the toughness of bloody, I don't know, Rocky Marciano. Yeah, right? And it doesn't make you a great fighter. This is what makes you great. How you put it together. You know what I mean? This is what makes you great. When the going gets tough, the heart kicks in. So, yeah, that's how he does it. He needs to break AJ's confidence. However, my official prediction is AJ within 3 rounds by knockout. I don't think it'll be a ref stoppage. I think if AJ does open up on the combinations, Helenius will go down and he'll get back up and but he will be put out. That's my prediction for the fight. In terms of Chisora versus Washington, I like this fight. Washington's been inactive, but Del Boy always puts on good fights. Again, Del Boy's one of those guys where I remember when Del Boy was coming up, and I had the privilege to be in his camp one time years ago. I'm watching spar. A whole bunch of guys spent about 2 or 3 days over a couple of weeks when he was preparing for, what fight was it? I think it was a Tyson Fury fight. And generally nice guy, generally loves boxing, and that's why he's here in the game. I think Washington is one of those fights where Washington, again, is tall stand-up boxer that wants to box and obviously go through and get a knockout from long range. So in theory, Washington could try to box Chisora, keep it long, and try to drag it out. However, I don't think Washington, even though he's fought for a world title, he doesn't have the level of experience like Chisora. And Chisora is a warhorse, where if you don't put him out, he's going to be on you non-stop. Chisora is not the biggest puncher, but I could definitely see Chisora getting a stoppage in this fight, wearing him down late. I don't think none of the heavyweight fights tonight are going to go 12 rounds. I think Chisora could push the fight and wear down Washington. As much as Washington and Chisora are friends, Chisora loves to fight. I think Chisora loves to fight more than he likes his friends. So, yeah, I'm going for Chisora late stoppage. For Hrgovic and Mckeen, I like Hrgovic. You could see the amateur seasoning in him. You could see the composure. However, there was definitely a red flag raised with his fight with Zhang a few months ago, well, a year ago. And in Mckeen, you got a guy who's roughly the same height as Zhang in terms of 6'6". Not as heavy, not as big, not as physically strong, but he's also a southpaw. So it'll be interesting to see how he handles the southpaw. Especially going to a fight where he can get the winner of Dubois Usyk, and obviously Usyk's a southpaw. I think this fight is very, very valuable for him to learn from the mistakes from the Zhang fight and say, look, I could box a southpaw. With his amateur experience, it shouldn't be a problem, because a lot of in the amateurs you encounter every style. Especially as a world-class amateur, you get through all the styles. So today with Hrgovic, I want to see if the southpaw issues with Zhang was what he said, a bad night in the office on his worst day ever, or is it an issue? And that's what I'm interested in seeing, because if he did fight Usyk, I think their styles will mesh well because of their amateur experiences. However, that southpaw issue is the things that I'm a bit concerned about. So yeah, I'm going for Hrgovic to win. Like I said, I don't think any of the fights go 12 rounds tonight in terms of the heavyweights. I'm not sure how he wins though. I don't know if it'll be a ref stoppage or KO or TKO. That's because of the southpaw thing. So I'm interested in that fight pretty handily to see how it all plays out. And finally, I'm going for Big Jonny Fisher by knockout. Anyway necessary within the first 4. I don't think I'll go much further than that. All right. So I'm on holiday from tomorrow. I'm flying out to see some sun for a few weeks, so there'll be no videos for a couple of weeks. So I know I've just made a comeback, but I'm gonna take a couple of weeks break and some videos then, and some new content and some new shows in September. For guys watching the end of the video, please share and like. And also, I now have TikTok. My boy has got me into TikTok. So if you want some highlights or some comments from the fights tonight, I'll be on TikTok from about 7 o'clock with maybe 4 or 5 videos, maybe possibly pre-fight or post-fight. I'm not sure yet. Let's see how I feel. There'll be a couple beers and maybe a couple rums in the system, because I do not like flying. So I hope the content's good. Fellas, take care. Catch you in a bit.